Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer, and we are at Emerald TMS, it's a new treatment in Eugene for depression. And this is Michael, and he's a brave man, willing to come on and talk about his situation. And this happens to be his last treatment. So you've had how many treatments, Michael? Do you know?
I think this will be my 36th. There's 30 that went all in a row almost every day, and then towards the end we just space them out a little bit more. This happens to be my very, very last treatment.
So, Dr. Hall, I'm going to ask you from afar. This is like it's a magnetic kind of what you explained to me, Dr. Hall's in the room, so how this works. Two sides of the brain, and what happens in some people, like possibly Michael, the connection, the circuitry just doesn't connect in there. It gets dull. And this machine kind of blasts that back in and gives them a second chance. Resparks it. Is that close?
That's close.
Okay, come here.
Yeah,
I'm going to have you do this real fast. Michael will
No.
be right back.
So I think that's close. These are hypoactive circuits, and we stimulate the left prefrontal cortex.
And so that gets kind of...
And that stimulation increases the production of neurotransmitters, which allow these circuits to connect easier. And when these circuits connect in the left prefrontal cortex, then they connect into deeper parts of the brain, into the limbic lobe area, which are areas like the amygdala, hippocampus, and areas that control emotional response. And so the idea is to reinvigorate those circuits so that they connect easier, and the response is remarkable in some cases.
Well, and we talked to one of the women who's been through the process a few weeks ago, and she's halfway through at the time she was. You're on your last treatment. So how is this working, Michael?
Well, my perception is a lot different than the doctor's. He's got the science of how it's working in my head, but for me, it really was from the beginning as if the things I did and the things I thought were like sand on a beach, and I had worn down, so I was traveling down these tubes in the sand, and this, gentle reorganization or stimulation that happens in your brain allows it to be like new decisions are made. You can, instead of walking in the ruts, the machine's blown the sand a bit, and now it's not exactly clear that you have to go. You can choose a new way. And I found that to be true just from the first week or two. And I think that sometimes it would take people a few, weeks or a little bit of time to make sure that they're, to reorganize their basic, routines and, circles of thinking.
So it sounds like to me you're saying it kind of gave your mind a clean slate to start over. You weren't stuck in, how sometimes it's been described as you get stuck in a rut on a record player, like an old album, which nobody under 30 is going to know what that means. But when you get on that, then it just keeps skipping. And this gave you a way to just keep moving on.
Exactly. It just made it a bit easier not to do the things that were making my mind depressed and inefficient before, and made it slightly easier to form new paths. I don't think it's magic, but just having, being away from the bias that brought on depression and anxiety before, it's really helped me develop new plans.
So how debilitating has this been for you? I mean, how long have you struggled with depression? And you've had medication, you've had psychotherapy.
Yeah, I've had major depression for 12 years.
Wow.
And it's been a long time. And it's really, at the worst case, I was down to only being able to work maybe 4 to 7 hours a week, and just having to sleep all the time. And there were so many things that were malfunctioning in my head that I really needed to seriously seek a solution. I've been in psychotherapy, and I've also tried dozens of medications, and I've gotten a lot of leverage from that, and I think that that's been helpful now that I've gotten this treatment. But the treatment effects that I found with TMS were much more dramatic. I could tell right away that there was a change in my way of thinking, whereas with medications and therapy, it's you have to be persistent and watch it over time.
So does this give you hope?
Absolutely. I mean, I notice that my mind works more efficiently now. I don't have to go through so many ruminations and thoughts to get on with the things that I really want to happen. And I'm pretty persistent all of my life, so it's not a problem of knowing I can move forward, but now I really feel connected to the direction I'm going.
I like your analogy of the beach. It's like that clean slate, like the ocean comes in.
I like it too. He said it better than I did.
Dr. Hall's going to use that now. So it's kind of like it's you know how you mess up the beach and cars drive on it, you got all these tracks and everything. If you guys can imagine that, and then this treatment comes in and just like a wave coming in and giving you a fresh track.
Yeah, I think that people, in the world currently, we're just so spurred by notifications and requirements, anxiety, that we can develop just these these automatic circular ways of thinking that don't keep our mental health. And I think that this clear slate allows me to find a better way, as long as I'm thinking about it. And
so Michael Welch says he knows you.
Michael Welch, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he's on there. He said he knows you. Bree Strap. Hi, buddy. You told me about this. Good to see you. Bree Strop.
Yeah, she's a great karaoke DJ. I love it.
All these people, you're a popular dude. We got this guy on here. I just think, thank you for coming on, because this is really brave of you. So again, this is his last treatment. Joanne Rexius, this sounds amazing. Everyone should check it out. What we really need people to do is let people in the industry understand that this is a treatment in Eugene now, and that it is having some success, because that's one of the hurdles, is getting people in the industry, counselors and psychotherapists and people like that, to be comfortable with something new, and recommending this to them, because this is the only one in the area. So this is Eugene, and what's the closest one next to that? Do you know, Dr. Hall?
Portland.
So Portland.
Or Medford.
So Portland or Medford, and this is the one in Eugene. And so for a guy like you, you got to work, you got to be here in town. This makes it real. You probably wouldn't have been able to do this or found it had it not been here.
Given the length of my major depression symptoms, we were really looking at having TMS done in Portland, and that would require me to be every weekday in Portland to get the treatment. So hearing about Emerald TMS opening and knowing the doctors here already by reputation just made it so much more of an easy choice to come in and get the treatment.
Linda Mae Denman is on here, and she says it worked for me. So is Linda one of your... Linda, thank you for coming on and saying something. And you were, I've talked with you on email, so I know. I think we talked on the phone actually. So Joanne Rexius, I think you're a counselor in town. This is something you could push out to other people to let them know that this is a treatment that is available now in Eugene, located right over by the Valley River Center. So Michael, what is your big plan for the future now? Now that you have your beach flattened and your tracks removed, what do you got planned?
My plan is to pursue happiness and connect with others. It was just have always been my core values, but I just needed to find a way to make those paths to keep my mind from getting in the way and leading me down into a rut.
Can I ask you something? Oh, go ahead.
So I have some specific plans, lots of things to catch up from being kind of low capacity for a number of years. But I'm really, as I come out of this, people are noticing, oh, you seem to be different or better. And it's really helping me connect with people and have restart projects that I've been trying to or wanting to make for years.
Oh, Joanna, thank you for correcting me. That's Carolyn. Okay, I got you. Thank you. So tell me this. So you're going to have your last treatment today. And you guys, just so you know, this is FDA approved. And it has gone through this isn't snake oil.
No,
this
is 10 years or so. It's been FDA approved. I am just so glad to finally see it here. I think it can be easily, people can think about a machine and all this, giving you a treatment, and how it affects your way of thinking and being. And I think talking about it really helps us understand that getting personal psychotherapy or being open to using medical or your medication solutions, those are something you can do for yourself. This is a great option for if that doesn't work. Treatment-resistant depression, now has a full solution, so you don't have to worry about getting into thinking about your depression and thinking there will be no solution. Now, you can, lots of examples, you can get into it and find solutions through all of these methods.
So can I ask, you don't have to answer me, but if I ask something that you don't want to answer, just tell me no. But are you still on medication too then?
I'm not taking any antidepressant medication during this trial. I stopped about a month and a half before because I wanted to experience, not have confusion about the treatment effects. I do still take medication for ADHD and other conditions that I continue to have. But for depression, this is serving me completely right now. I'm 1/3 of the population of those with major, persistent major depression are treated. 1/3 have complete remission. I think that I'm feeling like I'm in that position. Some have temporary, another 1/3 have temporary, and 1/3 have almost no effect. I know I'm some far along towards feeling it and persisting.
Michael, so why don't we just show him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brendan, why don't you do his treatment? So guys, I'm going to show you just a couple of minutes. I don't want to take up his whole time for his last trip, but let's show you the machine and kind of show you how this works, so you can get an idea. It's really not that sexy. It's kind of a pretty basic, but no, I mean, you guys are, I'm just saying the process isn't. So some earplugs.
I was telling Brendan during the previous session that it's hard to imagine
Brendan, just keep going and set him
someone
up.
trying to design a machine that would be comfortable for a patient in which you have to have your head strapped into something. Having your head strapped into something just does not seem like it's going to be a good experience. But Brendan has been such a wonderful technician to work with me. I look forward to coming in and having my head attached.
You look forward to having your head attached, Brendan. That's got to say something nice about you, right?
Oh, Brendan is a musician. He plays at local wineries and events. And
so you get close to these people.
Yeah. 36 visits. We're learning something about each other. And,
that's the best part of the job. It's getting to know these guys and sharing a little bit of life.
So we do this each time. This doesn't actually connect, it just measures, it puts my head in exactly the same place that they had it when I was first in for the first time, and they measured it again. So this just makes sure that my head is in exactly the same spot, so that each time they're affecting, a magnet is affecting the same area.
Again, you guys, this is Emerald TMS, and located over by Valley River Center. Roger brought this to town, and how many folks do you have? Do you know how many, Brendan, you guys have? How many patients so far?
I don't know. I'd have to look for sure. I think it's somewhere around in the 20s we've had come through.
And this is where I want to make sure. Is there anything? There's nothing sensitive on there, is there? On that screen, like that tells personal things about. Like you haven't told me personal things already, huh?
I'll tell you my whole life, but you can't know my date of birth.
Let's scoot up just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
So as I said, these treatments are done every weekday, but the treatment itself takes only 18 minutes. This little routine, usually we get it done and talk a bit for 10 minutes, but usually in and out in half an hour. So even though it's it's a routine you have to get into for a number of weeks to come in. It doesn't take a big slice out of the day like most doctor's office visits.
Too tight?
No, that's just fine.
Okay if I dim the lights?
Yep.
Are you ready to start?
Yeah, you bet. And it gives a cheery little tune just before it starts zapping. So that 40 little things, each one is a magnetic pulse.
You counted them, didn't you?
Well, I tried. There's a researcher who is able to count things in a very autistic Asperger's kind of way, who had the treatment, and he could count them. When I count them, I was off by 4.
Shame on you,
Yeah,
Michael.
It doesn't sound like 40. I've tried counting too.
And then it pleasantly gives you an 11-second break to get over that. But this time it doesn't. It's not alarming. But on the first treatment, it's getting a sensation in your, getting a feeling of something touching something inside of your head that you've never had touched before, and it's a little uncomfortable.
But now you're used to it.
Yeah, I mean, initially it's I'd say it's surprising. You're not sure that you've felt something like that before, and sometimes that feels like pain. But now that I've gotten used to it, it's not. I recognize the feeling, I guess.
Oh, you're good.
And as it goes, I can feel just a little bit of the energy sliding down over my eyebrow.
All right. Michael, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us come in and do this.
Yeah, no trouble. I'm very glad to help.
And I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thanks.
Yeah. So you guys, again, it's Emerald TMS, and website is
EmeraldTMSofOregon.com.
EmeraldTMSofOregon.com, where you can call the number. I'll put it on the top when I get this thing laid out, so you can find out more about that. Roger, you're really the community you would love to get in touch with is the
Feel okay?
the folks who work with these people.
I think that's right. I think psychiatric caregivers are people that we hope become most interested and understanding of this technology. And as we've said before, this does not replace psychotherapy. In many cases, it does not replace psychiatric medications, but it is an alternative for care of depression, which is very effective. And hopefully, 20 years from now, will be the first line of defense.
Right. And before going on other things, you can do this.
That's right. But we need to walk before we can run.
Yeah, when you introduce something new, it's a little scary to some
right.
people. So you guys also, the results have been really amazing with people.
Our results in our patients so far have been fabulous.
And insurance covers most.
Insurance will.
A lot of insurance will cover it.
Like you said, it's FDA approved and
And
insurance reimbursed and.
Medicare, Medicaid.
Yes, Medicare. I don't know about Medicaid, to be
Okay,
honest.
but they can check it out. He's got people
But
work for him that'll.
But
they
we
know.
have someone in the office who will check all that
Yeah,
out.
there's people way smarter than us
That's right,
that work
that's
out in
right.
this office that can do that.
Exactly,
All right,
exactly.
Roger, thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck with
And
that.
I'd like to thank Michael, too, for
Yeah.
sharing his story with us. And I'm so thrilled that someone like Michael is better. You know,
Yeah.
that's the whole idea.
That's the whole thing.
That's
All right,
the whole idea.
Roger, thanks.
Okay.
Michael, again, thank you.
You're welcome.
Brendan, thanks, man.
You got it.
All right, you guys, share this on your page. You never know when someone that is a friend of yours that's not talking about what they're dealing with could be helped by
You
this.
put old Brendan on here, he may be the star of the show.
Brendan's getting ready to have
No,
kids.
no.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we'll see you guys later.